Chaim Farkas, born in 1935, lived in Nagyvarad, and died in Auschwitz in 1944 at the age of 9. Jerzy Loefel-Holz, born in 1932, lived in Krakow, was murdered by the Nazis in Belgium in 1942 at the age of 10. Elias Mattathias, born in 1938, lived in Janina and was murdered in Auschwitz in 1944 at the age of 6. Jacek Sturgo lived in Xanthi and was murdered in Treblinka in 1943 at the age of 5. Serena Spetter lived in Rotterdam and was murdered by the Nazis in Sobibor in 1943 at age 7. Mindje Polik, born in 1935, lived in Borsa and was murdered by the Nazis in Birkenau in 1944 at the age of 9. Sarali Oliaz was murdered by the Nazis in Treblinka in 1943 at the age of 4. Lacey Frankovitz, born in 1944, lived in Najibanya and was killed by the Nazis in Birkenau, 1944, at only 1 year old. Misha Grafler, born in 1937, was killed by the Nazis in Glusk at the age of 4. Ruth Gottlieb, born in 1934, lived in Rodham and was murdered in Treblinka in 1942 at the age of 8. Wanya Geiser, born in 1937, lived in Vinica, was murdered by the Nazis in 1942 at 5 years old. Virgil Quintner, born in 1934, lived in Sosnowiec and died in Warsaw, 1941, at 7 years old. Felicia Hofstetter lived in Oschheim, was murdered by the Nazis at age 7. Edith Freilich lived in Wien and was murdered by the Nazis at age 10. Joseph Fortach lived in Toprezer and was murdered by the Nazis in Auschwitz in 1944 at the age of 5. Enrico Fruchter, born in 1942, lived in Borsa and was murdered in Birkenau at age 2. Brooke Fayette, born in 1939, lived in Riga and was murdered in Riga in 1941 at 2 years old. Lyuba Golubikin was born in 1939 and lived in Vitebsk, was murdered by the Nazis in 1941 at age 2. Isaac Eichstein, born in 1938, lived in Brod, was murdered in Auschwitz in 1944 at age 6. Ruth Grunberger was born in 1939 and lived in Prague, and was killed by the Nazis in Auschwitz in 1944 at the age of 5.